Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute, but I'm just gonna get right into this video and then we'll do chit-chatting, catching up, all that stuff in another video. In today's video, I have a couple of newer items. They didn't just like drop. Some are like a month old, some are a week or weeks old. Certain things I got sent to my old address. So it took a while to reroute back to me, but we're just gonna get right into it because, like I said, I don't want to waste your time. The first eyeshadow palette I'm going to talk about, the only eyeshadow palette, is this Cafe Crush from Lancome. It's the E-Dog Cafe Crush, and it looks like this. Also, y'all, I need to. This is what this beauty looks like. She is stunning. And you know what? I need Shika Daily to be the creative director for Lancome when it comes to their, I want y'all to see from different angles. When it comes to their makeup, because she kills it all the time. So I would say if you order a palette like this, you need to be careful because I have two here and I'm sure you why. This was the reorder and this was my original one. This is how it came. Crushed. Okay? And something about these two shades right here, they keep lifting. Because in this newer palette, I'm gonna try to show you guys. I just be careful, okay? I don't know if it's the way it's packaged from the warehouse that they sent it from, or the way UPS, FedEx, whatever company is sending it is just tossing it. But stuff like this, because it seems so softly. How do I explain it? The powders themselves, the shadows themselves, they just seem so soft. So I hope. Do you guys see? Like it's. You can't really see it. But these two shades right here, they both have that issue in the palette. And I don't understand. When I got that, I was so upset because I was so excited about it. I still am. But I just wanted to let you guys know that happened when I ordered it. So when and if you order something like this or if you order this palette, just when you open your package, if there's an issue, immediately take a picture and just tell them to send you a new one because that's ridiculous. I just like both of these. Anyway, I'm just using my trusty Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And if you're not new here, you know I annotate everything on the screen, so everything will be on the screen for you. You have nothing to worry about. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Bisola. I am a pro makeup artist, and on this channel, we focus on prestige and luxury makeup. That's just in my wheelhouse of what I enjoy using and what I use. I have not posted on here in a minute, and that's gonna be something we chit chat about in my next video because I got somewhere to also be today, so I'm gonna try my best to keep my yip yapping, chit chatting to a minimum. Okay. Um, I'm picking up the shadow. There's a little bit of kickback, but usually this is what I do when I pick up my eyeshadow. And if you're new here, I want to let you know I'm always teaching as I go. So if I'm picking up, see how there's kickback. I just try to, and then I tap the shadow or whatever it is into my bristles. So just tapping down. So when I'm blending, it shouldn't give me an issue because I have enough powder in here. Oh, that's much darker than I thought. Whoa. Okay, let's go to the color next to it. Okay, there we go. But that, oh my God. That was much darker than I thought. Okay, that's good. and give a nice smoky eye shade. Oh my god, now I gotta make the mistake on this side too. But so far, this is not skipping, it's blending very seamlessly. I just don't like how cool tone this looks. Or is it just me? Yeah, it's super cool. I wonder if I add this little red, will it give me a, no. That it'll give a little razzle dazzle. Let me blend that in as well. Okay. I didn't, well, now that I'm looking at it, of course, this, oh my God, this almost popping out is scaring me. Um, because this is already turning into like a smoky cool tone, I'm gonna go ahead and use this color right here. Like I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop showing y'all in the pan, and I'll show annotate it on the screen for you. But I'm nervous. I didn't think I was gonna be doing a smoky eye today. Like, don't get me wrong, the colors are beautiful, but I just was not expecting it to give me that cool tone. And there's a plane. Sounds like two planes flying. So if you hear that, that's what that is. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought it would be. This is pretty subtle. That went on really nice. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny fallout under my eye here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but just a little bit. And my skin is is juicy. Look at my cheek. You can see the light. But this is not bad. And I did wet my brush, so if you don't wet your brush and you use it as is, you might experience a little bit more fallout. But this is also give me a nice blend. I just was not ready for this cool toneness on my eyes. I really am not. Well, I wasn't, but now just dipping back in the eyeshadow without, spraying it down or wetting it. And yeah, it blends beautifully. I will go to another one of my palettes though, to warm this up a little bit. I can't. I want you guys to see what would happen if I used something warmer, which I don't know if I have anything warmer. And I'm using Magma from a Natasha Denona palette. I just need warmth. I don't know if you can see, this is already giving me some warmth. Compared to this eye. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I think that initial color that we used has already made a stamp on the tone of this eyeshadow. I just didn't know that it would be that super dark, which is a good thing. Like, it's a good thing because it's really hard to come by in a lot of palettes. A lot of palettes, they're not that deep because sometimes they can look muddy, and that's what I thought this was going to give me initially. But these are all first impressions. And I'm going to do a wear test because I want to see, especially for the foundation, I want to see how it's going to wear. But I also want to see how my eyeshadow is going to wear. Like, is it creasing? Is it going to crease throughout the day? Usually when I use that primer that I use, I do have really oily lids and I have really oily skin. I always prime. I'm not one of those makeup artists that tell you, you don't need a primer. I always have really good skin prep. I still use a primer. If you feel like you need to use a primer, use a primer. Don't let people are always making claims when it comes to makeup sometimes as if makeup is a one size fit all. It's not. It's not. Okay, now I'm going to prime my face, and I'm priming using the Yummy Skin blurring balm in Universal. I only have Universal and I only like Universal because I'm someone that loves full coverage foundation. Um, I love full coverage foundation. I don't need the ones that have like pigment or like, because I notice people wear it underneath foundation as well. I know some people that like to wear concealer alone. I'm not one of those people. I like a full glam all the time. I like glam all the time. Makeup is fun. So I like my face to look beat. Okay? So if that's what you like, consider subscribing. But I apply it all over my face because, like I mentioned, I'm really oily and I don't skimp on it. I put that shit on. I have too much makeup to just be skimping on stuff. Enjoy your makeup, y'all. Put it on. But anyway, because this is also going to be a radiance foundation, I want to make sure I'm getting the best wear. And I want to wear it exactly how I wear my other foundations. Like, I don't want to put it through hoops that I don't put any of my foundations through just because, you know? So the new foundation, oh my God. Also, I want to say, don't mind my crusty nails. I'm getting them done today. But this is the new foundation. So I think this is what's replacing the Shade and Illuminate. So this is oh, well, they kind of look similar. So Shade and Illuminate, Architecture Radiance. So the bottle just looks, this is just, this is transparent all over. And this is just, but I think this, or this is replacing this. I think the Radiance also has SPF. Everything, all the information you need to know is going to be annotated somewhere here or here. Last year, this came out. So I think this is just going to be their new line for foundation. So this is the soft matte, and wearing this during the summer is amazing. And this is the new one that we're going to try today. So what I actually want to do, I have 4 different Tom Ford foundations here. All 4 of these. So this is Trissa Soft Matte, right? And I think Trissa Soft Matte replaced Architecture, or Architecture replaced Soft Matte, sorry. So this replaced this, okay? And I already showed you what the Radiance replaced. I think in the next video, I actually want to wear these two together, Shade and Illuminate and Architecture Radiance, one half of my face, the other half of my face, and see what the difference actually is, if there is any. The good thing is, Shade and Illuminate was $150, Architecture Radiance is $95. So that's what the foundations were before, except Shade and Illuminate. So I think they learned, like, relax. Okay? Relax. I mean, I'm still always about Tom Ford, but relax. It's also the issue I'm having with the Louis Vuitton release. I was going to get something from each SKU. The price is such a turnoff. As someone that is the target audience for that, ew. Ew. And we have to, as consumers, I'm going on a little tangent here. We as consumers, we have to put our foot down, because if Hermes is not charging that, a new brand, yes, and I understand Pat McGrath is behind it and she's designed, and everything looks beautiful from the line, right? But I'm just gonna go by Pat McGrath because you get more. Paying $250 or $260 for iQuad, did Jesus make it? Please, we could talk about that in a chit chat video in the next one, but whatever. So my plan is to do one video and wearing each foundation each day, and I'm still going to use the same primer, and I want to see which foundation has the best longevity, how I felt throughout the day wearing them, which we're going to do that for this. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna do check-ins, and at the end of the day, we'll see how my foundation wore or how it lasted. If I just felt uncomfortable throughout the day, I will let you guys know that as well. Usually, every single time, I always mix like one squeeze of Genifique, and I always, if I don't use Genifique, I always use this and the Sun Glow. The regular one, I just use in my skincare. If I don't do that, I either use the Yummy Skin, mix it in my foundation, and or I use this. I don't even think they sell this anymore, but this is also a skin illuminator. I like mixing anything that gives illumination and serums into my foundation. Serums that are not like actives specific, I mix into my foundation, and it's just great. So I've yip yapped a lot, and if you're new here, I just want you to know I'm a certified yapper. So that's what we're gonna do. Wait, come. And then, because I want to wear the foundation like how I wear foundations all the time. And I'll know if it performs well with other things, because this is how I would probably, not even probably, this is how I wear my foundation. And that's how I want to wear this new one. I'm not gonna give it a different wear experience just because it's new, because you need to be able to perform the way my other foundations perform. Okay, so I've saturated my brush, and this is what I did, so I won't have to go back in anything. I'm just pouncing it on here. There's some leftover on here, and then I'm just gonna it definitely has a scent. Oh, but I like it. So disclaimer, um I don't mind, and I want to say I like my products to smell good. It gives me joy. I'm a very, do I want to say sensorial? I just like when I smell things and it just gives me a good scent. This smells like something, I don't know what it smells like. So if you're someone that doesn't like fragrance or any of your makeup and skincare to smell like anything, you probably won't like this. But I like fragrance on myself. I like it to smell good. And this here is my birthmark. So if I go in, I'm pretty sure if I go in with the rest of the stuff and I just stamp it, you still see it peek through it. And I usually don't mind. People, when I don't have stuff on, people always think I use something that's too light for me, but no. I did want to use a new concealer I got from CL, but I don't know what I did with it, so we're gonna move on. Okay, we're just going to move on. This is Natasha Denona, and she's also coming out with foundation. If y'all want to see a review or wear test or first impression or whatever, that let me know, cause oh, um, I love Natasha Denona's products. Do you guys see the way the light is bouncing on my face? This is like the perfect example of where you should add your highlighter, concealer. You see? Because even if I face forward, you can see that the light is hitting me here on my forehead, and that's where I strategically placed, not praised, the concealer. I'm not. This is not new. It's not fancy, but just watch me blend. Okay, so the concealer did not give me any issue on top of the foundation. Because I blended it down here. I don't wear foundation under my eye because I'm going to use concealer, and 9 times out of 10, my concealer, especially if it's something I bought, will always be full coverage. Okay? I do want to emphasize the brightness on my face because the eye is it's giving smoky eye. It really is. So I want to make sure my face is given the glam that it deserves. Okay. But oh, this is also a sponge from CL. They sent me a bunch of their new stuff and blushes, so we're going to be using some of that today as well. I don't know how new some of these are, like spanking new or like a couple months new. But I've been a little bit out the loop because life, and I just everything is aligning, and I got a new desktop. That's also another contributor to the reason why I was not filming before. Don't mind me that the stuff is going on a concealer. It's all going to work out. This is my process of putting makeup on. And because this is how I generally apply my makeup, I want to make sure this foundation is not going to peel. It's not going to, because it's part of it. You know, stuff that you already love that you use all the time. You want to make sure the new thing that you're introducing is going to work well with products that you use all the time on a daily basis. So if this is how I'm applying my makeup, this is how I'm going to apply it for this new one. I'm not trying to be careful because for $95, you shouldn't be careful about your foundation. It should go on and perform. So, no matter how much I love a brand, I will always give you guys honest and truthful reviews because, listen, in this economy, we're buying makeup, we're doing this, we're doing that. I know I look crazy. But I just, whenever we shop for stuff, that's why you guys probably have people like us that, do reviews of certain things. But, it's like, is this worth it? We're here to let you know. Because I don't like when people act like, this whole discourse, I'm going back to the Louis Vuitton thing. People are like, it's a luxury. What do you expect? Okay. I use luxury makeup all the time. It's not, you're not saying anything to make me defend the price point of this. And I'm looking really cool, tone everywhere. I don't know. I think the eyeshadow is really throwing me off. All right. But yeah, all I'm trying to say is when you spend your money on things, it doesn't matter if it's $10, if it's $100, it needs to perform, especially when, you know, brands are charging an arm and a leg, length, an arm, a leg, and your newborn child. It needs to perform. So if I'm putting something on my face, I want to make sure it's how I would, it's what I would expect from any other brand. I also received this powder. I'm nervous because I got places to be. So me using all this new stuff, I got this new powder. It's a mineral SPF makeup meets protection. What is this called? It's just, well, I guess that's its name. This is a setting powder from CL. And I believe I picked this color. I don't like shopping online for makeup. So when I'm doing like PR stuff and they want us to pick stuff, I'm like, well, I'm going to go, I'm going to try my best to pick the best thing. But so far, their sponge, I really, really enjoy. This powder also comes with a sponge or a puff, should I say. So love the sponge. Make sure I'm setting everything before I blend. I really, really, really like that sponge. So I'm going to go in with the puff that it came with. Now, because this is mineral SPF, I hope it doesn't leave a crazy, crazy white residue. I need to start testing makeup Well, when I don't got well, no, because that's how we have to go out in the wild. That's how we know if it performs well in the heat. Because I was gonna say I'm trying all this new stuff, and I gotta go out and see people, and I'm gonna be looking a mess, child. It's all right to admit that I look crazy right now, but we all know makeup is all about trusting the process. All right. The powder I'm gonna use to set all of this is a Kosas powder, and I'm using it's the Cloud Set. What shade is this? Mocha Ultra Transparent. That's the name of it. This is not new, but this is what I have been enjoying to set my face in the past week and a half or so, because I just opened it. Okay, now we're about to have a moment of truth where I blend everything together and sweep off what's under my eyes. I know I look crazy, y'all. It's part of the makeup process. Because if the under eye doesn't blend the way it needs to, and everywhere I use that CL powder, we could forget about it. Because it is SPF, so I'm nervous. And if you see me closing my eyes when I'm doing this, it's because I have contacts in, and I'm a new contact wearer. So I feel like if I have dry eyes, it's always when I'm just like this, and powder is going all in my eyeballs. So we don't need that. And with no product on my brush, I am going to see no product. I'm going to sweep off this going on because this still has the brightness. I see it here, and so does my forehead, but I'm scared. I feel like the only thing that's going to make this powder look go away is setting spray. But usually my powders don't do this. You see? It's because of the SPF, and I figured. Like, look. Absolutely not. This looks crazy. Because it's not the concealer. That's a concealer that I absolutely love. Um, it's the powder, and I know it's because it's a mineral SPF. So what we're gonna do, because I'm not gonna play myself and go outside like this, I'm using I'm using my rich deep powder from Amicole. So that's what I'm now going to use under my eye with that same puff. I do like that puff though. I don't know what I did with the powder. I disappeared it somewhere. It's probably staring at me in the face. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go in with my rare beauty puff and just go in with that because it's a warmer color. And we're gonna sweep that off. And then going back in. That helped a little bit. But my God. If any of you have this CL powder, let me know if this happens to you. Let me know because what? I'm just gonna use my what do you call it here? My powder to give myself some warmth and some contour. Because technically this is a foundation that I like to use as contour. Bronzer is going to give you warmth. Contour is supposed to be a shadow, but right now I'm using this to give me a little bit of both. Because bronzers technically will add some bronziness and warmth to your face. I feel like That powder, the CL powder, is ruining it. Ruining it. Not ruining. Ruining it. Because I don't know. And because I have not learned, I'm going to use a CL blush. This is their Flush and Protect SPF 45, and the shade is in Blaze. So, fingers crossed. I'm just dipping in my brush. And they did send me brushes too, but I forgot. But, you know, sometimes when I'm doing stuff like this, I need stuff that I know will perform. And I don't know how their brushes perform. So, this is nice and subtle. I don't know if you guys see that, but I feel like I'm having to wiggle a lot before I can get anything on my brush. Like, that's all I picked up. I smell the SPF. I smell it. I smell it. I smell it. It's not bad, but I'm just having to work so hard to get blush. Jesus. And it seems very... My brain can't think of it right now, but none of my blush has ever done this. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm trying to show you. I don't know. It's already leaving like oil residue. None of my blush, like I only ever see what's happening here in testers in store, but even my, like that's not picking up nothing. Now, I'm gonna use another blush just so y'all see what picking up a blush is supposed to look like. You are my witness. Do you see this side? Has nothing? One swipe or one jiggle? Look at that. Compared to this side that I have to jiggle. Okay, so, and this is, you're not going to be able to get this blush. This is a old chocolate chip blush color from Fashion Fair. Because I need color on my face. I love blush. I am a blush whore. Love blush. Don't worry, before I walk out the house, we're going to look put together, okay? I promise. So generally, I'm a powder, cream powder kind of blush person. And like I said, we're still reviewing the foundation as well. I look crazy. Let me just do that. Because we're still reviewing the foundation, I want to see how my technique of powder, cream, powder applies. And making sure it doesn't lift and do any of that crazy stuff. But look at the powder here. It settled into my fine lines. No powder I have does what is happening to my face right now. So I think that's why I'm a little taken aback. Look at that. I'm going to try to put a picture of when my face is fully powdered. And remember, I always wear full makeup, like full glam. I'm a full glam all the time kind of girl. Powder doesn't do this. I will take a picture in natural daylight outside and indoors so you guys can see the difference after we set. I feel like this is going to be okay after we use setting spray, but my makeup still never really looks like this before setting spray. No powder SPF for me. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm gonna go in with it's not a new blush. I do have new blushes from Dior. I picked up Oud and his Hibiscus. but we're going to use that in a different video. So I'm just using a cream blush because that's what I always do. And then we're going to go back in with the powder brush, a powder blush, the same powder blush that I used. And when I say the same one that I used, we're talking about Fashion Fair. So now going back in with my powder, I could tell where I used the CL blush and I could tell where I used the Fashion Fair one. I'm just trying to add depth right here, giving a little nice shadow, bringing that eyeshadow color a little further down my nose. I'm not trying to make my nose skinnier. And not to be in a gaslighting person, because there are people that do that to make their nose skin. I'm just adding depth and dimension because there's a lot amiss here with this powder, and I feel like it's throwing my whole face off. The next, I think, last two things, lips. So this lip liner, lip cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. I want to tell you something. I love that she came out with something like this because this is how I apply my lip liner. Generally, I'm someone, I want to show you the darker one. So I always go out of my way. Since the beginning of time, I always worn makeup. I always prefer eyeliners, brown eyeliners, because they're always cool tone. A lot of deep, dark lip liners, with the exception of two that I can think of right now, they always lean red. It doesn't matter how dark it is, it always leans just a little red. And I don't like that for my outline of my lips. Now, the other side of this gives also warm, but it's nice and rich. Look how soft that is already. I didn't even mean to do that. But it's still brown in a way where it has a hint of red, but the way I mix them together, I use two lip liners. I use, or I would have used a eyeliner and then a lip liner. So I use, where to go, where to go? Oh, great. When I'm trying to show y'all now, I can't find it. Oh, this Huda Beauty, I use it because it leans a little red. It is dark. This is the shade Rich Brown. It is dark and I like the color, but I always mix it in, or I always use the Fenty liner, the darkest one, Kohl something. I'll annotate everything I'm talking about on the screen. And then I go in, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me do that. So my Fenty one and or my Makeup Forever one, not Limitless Brown. I do this. Also, I just want to give tip. When you're applying lip liner or lipstick, add stuff there. Because I always see people's lipstick stuff right here, and it looks jarring. Also, when you're putting foundation on, don't forget right here. I see it a lot. I see it almost too much. Okay. So I do that. And let's say that was my regular lip liner. I would have went in with, oh my God, stuff is stuck to me. I would have went in with this Huda and I would have just applied it underneath. But because this is a 2-in-1, that's why I picked this up. I was so excited. And then I do this. Also, this is harder because it's so new. It hasn't had the chance to yet. Oh, I love this. So now no matter what lip I use, lipstick, lip gloss, and I didn't realize earlier, I have this, I don't know what I did with it. This lip gloss, whatever that I like to use, but I forget that it's like one of those pH balancings from like Dolce and Gabbana. I used it before putting on makeup and It made my lips pinker than it needed to be. Um, the next thing I want to use is, this is like a month or 2 months old, but this was sent to my old apartment and I had to fight FedEx, basically. This is the Rare Beauty Positively, what is it called? Well, this shade is Spark, but I'll annotate it on the screen. I think it's Positive Light. Ooh. Mm-hmm. I like this because this is my first time using this color. Yesterday, I opened the package and I used this. Oh, it was so stunning, so pretty. So this is the makeup kind of done. I'm going to use brow gel, and I'm at the moment where I'm about to start running late, so I'm gonna speed this up. I feel like my face is a little too backlit, so here's what this looks like before setting spray. So it's not too bad, but I don't know. I think the powder really is throwing me off. And then I'm gonna use my last setting spray, the Tear one. Um, in this, the first one I used was the Freck Face Hack. I just poured it in here because mine stopped spraying. Stop spraying. And I've been using, I have a backup of this. This is the Tear Mask Fit Waterproof Setting Spray. She eats, okay? She does. This is the completed face. Um, I think everything else is great except the powder, like this powder. Y'all look how crusty mine is. It's all right. I have cuticle oil. So yeah, I think it's the SPF because I think this would have wore beautifully. The shade itself was nice, and I wanted to everything I used here. I wanted to apply it how I would apply it. I wasn't trying to be skimping on something, just because it may disrupt. I want to see if it will disrupt my makeup, not disrupt. What? Um, so I'm gonna take pictures in the daylight for you guys in natural light. This is daylight. Um, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But I want to see what this looks like in natural light, and if I've played myself, and I will look like this all day. And the next clip will be me, recapping, and or what's the word? Checking in, and then we'll do a recap, and I'll tell you my thoughts on everything. Yeah. Hey guys, so you would have seen my check-ins pictures. I was supposed to film my check-in and the timing doing this, and then I forgot. I remember to do the pictures, and I forgot that I also wanted to record video and a timestamp. So when I left the house, it was around 10:15. It is currently 8:17. Um, yeah, it's 8:17 p.m. So that's how long I've had this on for. So what I always like to do is, one, I hope you guys can see this. I gotta get close. Do you see, like, sometimes I squint a lot because I mentioned earlier I wear contacts and then my left eye gets drier. Like if I'm walking fast and air is just, I always have eye drops, but that causes me to go like this a lot, or I'm like this. So you could see um where my foundation has creased here. It doesn't always happen, But this happened here today. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I had food with some oils. So where is it? Here you can see the foundation came off a bit, but like I said, I've had this makeup on since 10 o'clock. Let's just say that. The first pictures you guys would have seen the timestamp. I'll put timestamps from when I took the pictures because I remember that. I wrote that in my notes. But I got a little oily right here. And that's because of the powder that I used. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because usually the powders that I used, or the powders that I use, they don't really produce any oil, so to speak. But I also, this foundation is also radiant. So I feel like if you have dry skin, you would enjoy this. If you're not going for a matte look all day like me. But this is something that doesn't bother me because I usually travel with one of those, like the Rare Beauty one, the Fenty one, or the flat. I'll put everything on the screen because I don't have all of it in front of me right now. But I always have something that I know is going to mattify me. So, for example, this is the sponge I used this morning, right? It had some powder on it. Now, this is what I would do if I was out and about and I wanted to mattify. So I would just, because you see that that would do that and it won't be an issue. You don't need to reapply anything. And if you carry like a small spray, you can refresh your makeup that way. You see the difference from how oily I look on this side compared to this side. Let me also do some here on my forehead. Hopefully you're able to see it better that way. I know sometimes, see, compared to, you can see it. You can see it in my forehead where this looks a little more, you know, I want to say matte, but now it just looks like my skin. And this is oilier. I rarely get this when I use this foundation. When I use the soft matte, prior, when I used the Traceless with all the stuff that I use with it, I don't remember getting oily at any point, like that this has caused. But I also don't mind that because I'm really, really oily. And remember, I use this. I didn't use like the powder I usually use under my eye because sometimes it'll be the Givenchy, it'll be the Huda Beauty one, sometimes One Size, and the Amicole with something else. But like I said, for someone that's really, 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 really oily like me with a radiant foundation like this, I don't mind it because when I wear my shade in Illuminate, I don't get oily at all. All in all, if you are looking for a radiant foundation, if you wanted to try any of the newer Tom Ford foundation, I would say give this a go, especially if you have dry skin. But also if you have oily skin and you also like to look matte and you do a technique that I kind of do, I think this foundation is good for everyone. I know for a fact actually, I'm probably gonna love wearing this during the winter times because my Prism Prism Prisme Libre, if you want to be technical, from Givenchy, the skincare and glow one. I wear that during the winter time, and I really really enjoy it because I wear the matte one. If I can find it, the matte one is here, and I know y'all can't see, but that foundation is somewhere here now. So I wear this matte one um, during the summertime and the glow one during winter. So I think that's what this is gonna give. All in all, I like the foundation. I do. I could see it being an everyday foundation if you were interested in something like this. It wears beautifully. Um, what else? What else? We are going to put it to the test again in another video without the powders and everything else that I was like, on. My eyeshadow, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It didn't bother me all day. And remember I said my eyeshadow oh, my eyelids are really, really oily. My lips, I have not reapplied my lip liner. Let's get into it. I have eaten off my gloss that I initially put on. This was like a juicy treat from Lancome that I just put on a couple of hours ago. But my lip liner, this is the lip liner I've had on all day. I didn't reapply any lip liner. And this is why I like that color. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I like it's more on the drier side. If you've ever owned any of the Sephora collection lip liner, you know how that gives a little more soft and it's not matte? That's not what this gives. I like the dry down of it. It's the same thing. I mentioned this earlier, the Makeup Forever. I can't ever remember the name of it, but I'll annotate it. That and the Coal something something from Fenty. I can't remember the name of both of them, but it'll be on the screen. I love both of those colors, and the Fenty one, though, I will say it goes on really, really creamy. It goes on really creamy, and once it dries, it does not budge. So safe to say, I have a new lip liner that I really love, and I love. Y'all remember I was saying I love the combo of this, so I'm really, really happy. My under eye, I would say the powder. Y'all already know I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling it because like I could see it up close when I'm looking at it. I don't like what it's doing here. And in my under eye either. It's okay. Because it's not the concealer, it's the powder. I love that concealer. It's the Natasha Denona one. All in all, it was a good makeup day. We had a little mishap with the powder and the blush. The blush was, no. Because now I'm looking at it, it does not look like this was my first time using this blush in the Blaze shade. So, do you see that? Do you see what it's doing? Like, it's my first time using it. Anyway, I'm gonna go wash my brushes, clean the sponge, tidy up, and set up for my next video. It is now 8:25. I've been yip yapping, and that's it. In a couple more videos down, because we already know how this wore, I will, because there's so much new stuff that has come out that I'm really excited to get out to you guys. I think the next one might be the new reformulated Charlotte Tilbury one and the new setting spray. I think that might be the next video because I just got that today. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what other new releases you guys would be interested in me doing either first impression or wear test for, and or just my thoughts all around. And what else? I feel like I should be saying something else. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and watch any of these videos, and you see me in the next one.